Hi. So I wanted to make a video. Sorry, I'm going to be itching my arm the whole way through. So I've got this huge bite. When I get bitten, it's like huge. Um, so some big realization that I had last night. And I mean, it's a realization that's been forming over a while of me wanting to like work out the truth and get to the bottom of how I feel about kind of destined connections and life paths and things like this versus being the complete creator of your reality. And I came to this realization recently because I think, you know, I was starting to realize that I was creating everything with my beliefs and my inner patterning and my belief systems and my expectations and assumptions were directly correlating to what I was creating in my reality. But then obviously I'm still getting evidence of things, which is what's always made it quite difficult. And, you know, I was seeing evidence in other people. So for example, I used to have a hell of a lot of crazy spiritual experiences where I'd see past lives and feel energies, and I'd have telepathy with people and, you know, lots of different things. And I have a friend and she's very, very into this at the moment. She's very into kind of dark energies and seeing, which I haven't believed in for a long, long, long time, that there's any dark energies that can affect us outside of ourselves. But she's very into this, you know, I speak to ghosts, I see spirits everywhere. And when I was around her for a few days, I started to have the same experiences, like because we were talking about it so much. I actually heard voices that we both heard together, and I started to kind of experience and see dark energies. But I haven't really given any forethought to before, because I've just always had a very strong belief that we can only really experience dark energies that we already have inside of ourselves. But, you know, she was so adamant and she was getting all this experience for it. And then when I tapped into her reality for a bit, I was starting to get the experiences too. And I don't know, something just kind of clicked into place last night. And the same with kind of the twin flame journey as well. You know, I had this crazy connection, you know, then sort of found out about the twin flame thing, or it sort of like appeared in my reality. And you know, because of how differently it felt and that everything was sort of making sense of being on this journey, I guess I had so much evidence that it was real. I remember in the very early days of that connection, and I thought I was getting signs and synchronicities, which I later realized that I literally was just manifesting. So things were starting to show up in my reality, but I still had so much resistance and fear that it couldn't fully show up. So it would be like in, out, in, out, in, out, like signs, not the real person showing up, and, you know, all this for a long time. And I realized that, you know, we are the creators of our reality, and every single thing we experience in our outer reality is a hologram of our inner reality, i.e. our belief system and our assumptions on what we're going to experience. So I realized that this is also most likely the same with the twin flame journey as well. That if you believe in twin flames and you believe that they are real and you believe that there is a connection like that, then you'll experience it in your reality. And that's really, I believe, the higher truth, that, yeah, it's real. And this is the thing why people can have so many different beliefs on what's real. And they're just seeing evidence of it all the time because it's a belief system. They've set it into motion. So they will gain experiences that show them in their outer reality that what they believe is reality. So if you believe that there's an ultimate relationship out there, that of a twin flame, then you will experience it because your inner belief will create itself in an outer reality. It just hit me really strongly that it is just also a belief system. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with it because we're just here to experience, and we're here to understand ourselves as conscious creators. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with manifesting a twin flame union. I mean, I still believe in that path, because to me it represents the ultimate relationship, and the way that it's been showed to me reflects like a harmonious one. Obviously we can also manifest one that's really hard work, because that's something that's talked about a lot, and a lot of triggering. Essentially you're creating that union, and the triggering is just showing you where your beliefs are not in full alignment with what you want to experience. But you know, I don't think there's any problem with wanting to manifest a harmonious twin flame union, because we all now have that as the belief of the ideal perfect union between two people. So what's wrong with manifesting that? But I now see on a higher level that it is, you know, a belief that I've set into motion. So, you know, I will experience. And it always didn't make sense to me, because mine shifted. So I experienced that connection in more than one person. And I went through, I mean, in many ways that kept me on a journey of always questioning. I think if probably you'd have managed to manifest your first situation into a union, then you perhaps wouldn't ever delve deeper with that questioning. And yeah, you know, anything we want to experience in our reality, we can experience. And it's just up to us to choose what we want to create. Now, I do believe that when you come into union and you just want to be love, and you accept everybody and everything as merely a reflection of yourself, so you have no judgment and you have no preference, then, you know, I do believe that there's things and situations that we'll attract that are more in alignment with who we are, which is, you know, union, in a union and love. And so we'll experience and attract that into our external environment. But yeah, it really just hit me that, you know, every single thing that we believe, we will experience. So if you want to see something and you believe it to be real, it will show up, it will confirm itself as real, and then you'll have even more evidence to go around and be like, well, it's real because I have evidence for it, because I've seen it. And this is why everybody always thinks they're right these days. And it's so adamant that they're right, because obviously they believe it, and then it's showing up in their reality. So they're like, well, I believe that I was right now. I know that I'm right because I'm seeing it. But I think the highest truth of all is that you are a creator, and you are just seeing the fruits of your creation. And yeah, that's all I have to say, really. It's short and sweet. It kind of blew my mind. Like I've kind of known it for a while, but it really all just solidified, and I really deeply felt how every single thing begins as a belief. At some point, and I know why I, you know, choose to experience twin flame union, because when I was very young, I believed in there being an ultimate love and a perfect love. If I look back, and I was really adamant that it existed. And I had a lot of blocks and a lot of fears, and a long period of, you know, I asked for it, and it's been a long ass manifestation. But I did ask for it when I was very, very young, that ultimate love. And then I guess I started to put a name on it of twin flames. So it doesn't really matter, you know, that to me is now the representation of what I would consider an ultimate love. So there's nothing wrong with that. But I do realize it now to be something that I'm choosing actively to create and bring into reality. rather than it being, let's say, a sort of specifically set path. That's the way I'm seeing it now anyways. I'd love to hear everyone else's thoughts, and I hope everyone's well. I'll speak to you soon.